Hey everyone, it's Andre Lugo here. This is my first review on a movie titled Sam Was Here. It's available on Shudder and I think YouTube. I think I saw it on YouTube. Shudder, if you don't have it, is a horror fanatic app. I'm not a fanatic by any means, but I do enjoy horror, so I decided to get it. It's $5 a month. You can't really beat that. And it gives you a whole other choices, videos that aren't available on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. Yeah, YouTube, Hulu, or Netflix. You have like a different library that's obviously geared towards horror. That's no endorsement at all. I don't have enough followers for that. But if you want to take a look, I think they give you a month for free. Sam Was Here was available. It was recommended by Shudder, so I decided to check it out. And I'll give you the pros, the cons, what I rate it, and why I rated it in that, that way. So the movie is about a guy named Sam. He's a door-to-door salesman. He is assigned to like some desolate, isolated, kind of like desert town in the middle of, I'm assuming a desert in the States. They speak English. And quickly on in the beginning, he kind of sees that he's not really gonna make money here or make sales here, so he calls his boss from the motel that he checked himself into because no one else did it for him, and is like, I think I'm really gonna have to leave. This is not gonna work out. And he starts to get beeper messages and notes on his car and phone calls, and they're kind of insinuating that he's some kind of pervert or a pedophile. He's scum. And as a viewer like him, you're confused. You don't know what's going on. And then it escalates, and now people are trying to kill him. They're following him. They have masks on, and you're just you don't know what to. You don't know if you believe that he's innocent because people are accusing him of, well, obviously they're trying to kill him, or you're just confused. And I think that was kind of what the director wanted. It's written and directed by a guy named Christopher Deru, and it's I'll start with the pros. The pros is it's a very visually stimulating movie. The director is very visual. He understands how to use every frame, every inch of the frame. Everything has an intention, and you can see that. So I think that was a great pro to the movie. Another pro is the location. Whoever decided to use it or shoot, particularly here, the location adds to the feeling of being desolate and feeling isolated and feeling alone, which the character it ultimately feels because he's all by himself in this town that he doesn't know what's going on. Another pro, the actor was amazing. His name is Rusty Joyner. I don't know how much I believe that that's his real name, but he did a great job in keeping you with him. It's really just a one-man show. There were a handful of other kind of characters, but it really was just him. And I think he did a great job. He took on that responsibility knowing that, the movie is kind of just about him. And another pro of the movie was it did hold your interest. It did take a while. It did not drag, but it wasn't like, boom, action right away. You really had it built, and you had to follow him. And I think it did a good job in doing that. It gave you enough to keep you interested in, and as the movie went, the action kind of progressed and got more, lively. But I think it did a great job in holding your attention and had I was definitely screaming at the film, like, oh my God, run, don't turn around, like go this way, go that way. So it did do a good job in that. So I think as a viewer, that's what you kind of want in a film. So if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna kind of give my theory on what I think this movie was about, and the biggest con, and that's why I'm only going to give it 3 out of 5 stars. It was just too ambiguous and too vague. Like you didn't, as a viewer, you don't really get a lot of answers. And I want an answer at the end. I don't want to just, there's some times where I can make up my own decision. But this movie was built so much on this kind of vague kind of explanation as to what it was going on, and it still at the end didn't give you an answer. You just kind of had you had to kind of make up your own mind up. What I think it was, and what I've seen people say it is purgatory. This man, I think he was a pedophile. I think he did do what he was getting accused of. Throughout the movie, there's a radio station that's playing, like his family and friends and his girlfriend or his wife, I don't know who it was, is calling in and saying, yeah, I knew him. I would never expect this from him. People are saying that they kind of had this feeling about him, and I think those phone calls actually happen in real life. And Purgatory now is just playing again for him. There's a cop that's following him. I think that really happened. I think before he died, the cop, I think he killed the cop. I think he fought the cop in a different, in our life, in his life. And now, as a viewer with him, we're going on this journey with him. There's an interesting little red dot everywhere in the screen. And in the beginning, you're like, "Oh, is this about aliens?" Because that's what I thought it was. I think now, looking after seeing it and thinking about thinking about it now, I think that was kind of like the entry, the way to get to hell. I think that was kind of showing that he was not going to go to heaven. He's gonna go to hell, and this is kind of like the doorway, the opening to it. There was also in his room, there was like a little hole, and he looked through it, and there was this doll, and you hear this girl, and then towards the end of the movie, when he's killed a couple of people, he's trying to survive. He goes back to the hotel, and the hole has gotten bigger, and he can see more. So I think the wall that he had up is getting tore down. He's able to see see what really happened. Then they show a video, and he's killing a girl or taking advantage of her, or and then he goes to the bathroom and a bunch of people kill him. So I think he just had to discover before he moved on to hell, what he did. That's my assumption. It's kind of clear that kind of that's kind of like insinuated. But I think as a viewer, I was just a little left. Like after it turned off, I was like, okay, that was it. That was all. But like I said, it does do a good job in holding your attention. But it was a little lackluster at the end. So I don't know if I necessarily recommend this to like just an everyday viewer. If somebody who really enjoys like a beautifully shot film, yes, I think it was great in that sense. I think the director did an amazing job with the shots. But as a viewer, I thought it could have been a little bit better. I think the writing needed to be a little bit more it had more intention on what they wanted the viewer to leave with. But if they wanted the viewer to kind of make their own decision and kind of feel like it was like vague or you open to interpretation, then I guess the filmmaker did a great job. But like I said, as a viewer, you're just a little left confused. I will be posting more, not just horror. I intend to do Netflix and Hulu and Shudder and maybe YouTube videos. Again, I don't have cable. I don't know if I said that before, but I don't have cable, and this is kind of what the channel is dedicated to. I hope you enjoyed the rant and the review. Give me some more movies to watch. See ya. Thank you.